Legendary coach Bob Coffey, the Mainland Mustangs, his son Ty, who is a senior, just finished up his high school football career with a thrilling 27-25 win over Egg Harbor Township in the annual Thanksgiving Day rivalry. Ty, we'll start with you first. I know you had some trouble putting your thoughts into words there after the game, a lot of emotions going on. Now that you've had a day or two to think about it, what's going through your mind this morning and kind of just remembering that whole day? It had to been a great feeling for you and your family.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame it's over. It really is, but at the same time, I don't think I would have wanted to go out any other way. It's been such a blessing over this not even my last 4 years in high school, but the 10, 12 years that I've been involved in this program. It's tough, obviously, to walk away, but at the same time, this is the best way to go out. So.
Now, you were a pretty good player during your career. Were you a good water boy?
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
How neat has that been, just being around this program since you basically could walk?
It's really cool. I mean, at the same time, it's really cool seeing how so many things have changed in the last 10 years. Just the small things, like the uniforms and, rituals before and after the game and everything like that. It's been so cool, and I feel like I almost have an emotional tie to the program itself just from being involved for so long.
Now, your mom, Donna, has she stopped crying yet?
She's off and on. Yeah, she's been off and on a little bit. Yeah, I mean, she's just as involved as we are, if not more. She dedicates, half of her summer and, the entire football season just to get the ad book and the pasta dinners and all the special things that we do. So, yeah, I mean, it's over for her too. So, she's got waterworks too.
Now, Coach, I know, I was talking to your wife and last week we did a little conversation with her, and she was saying how it's going to be great to have you around more, but then she kind of caught herself and she said, well, probably next year he's just going to be hanging around the field anyway again. So.
I'm sure she has a lot of things for me to do at home now. So
the honey-do list just got real big.
I'd rather be on the field.
Talk about her a little bit and what she's meant to you throughout the years, not only as a wife but as a football mom to your two sons, and just that shoulder to lean on when things are going bad, somebody to celebrate when things are going well. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have such a great relationship with her, and you really see the dedication you have to each other, and that's got to be such a special thing for a football coach to know you got somebody in your corner every night.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. We've been married to each other and also to Mainland football together. It's been a great partnership. I feel so lucky to have a wife like Donna. She has provided so many good things for the kids, and the scholarships, the pasta dinners, the feeding the kids after every single road game. The presents at the banquet, and it's just so many things that I could not ever do.
I think you owe her a pretty big Christmas present this year.
You know what? I sure do.
Coach, talk about your emotions right before the game. You get there in the locker room and you got to give one final speech to your boys and get them fired up. They all love beating Egg Harbor Township. It's a huge rivalry game for them. What's going through your mind, and did the words come out the way you wanted them to?
Pretty much so, Sully. It was very difficult. The thing is, I've learned over time not to give these big emotional speeches before games. I've made that mistake before. But you got to get your message out.
Oh, you had to give one this time, right?
Yeah, clear and concise, and you have to be a little bit emotional. So I think I did a pretty good job in the locker room without losing it. And then walking out to the field to see all the ex-players that came from all over the place was really very humbling. And the pregame ceremony just was just a wonderful thing, and I'll never forget it.
We're talking with head coach Bob Coffey, who just announced his retirement after 30 years at Mainland. His son Ty is also in studio with us. Coach, how cool was that, having all those guys there on the field? I mean, these are guys you may have coached 10, 15, 20 years ago. And also, Egg Harbor Township being the home team for allowing all that stuff to go on. You got to give a lot of credit to Kevin Stetzer and his staff, Mike Pellegrino over there for putting that all together.
Yeah, it took a lot of patience, for them, and I really appreciate it. Kevin Stetzer, he's a class act, and he's going to be a great football coach in the CAL. And Mike Pellegrino was so accommodating, letting the guys on the field, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. And but it was a wonderful life experience for me, and I'm humbled.
where does this Thanksgiving game rank in terms of memorable games for you? And obviously it's got to be one of your top 5 all time. Just the way everything went down and to win in that fashion. I mean, Giuliano kicking a field goal with less than 4 minutes left and making the big defensive stop, which has been a signature of mainland football.
This is right up there with all the Thanksgiving Day games, the great Thanksgiving Day games, especially with the HC, because we've had overtime games with them. We've had hard-fought games, but this one especially, coming from behind, and I've never had a kicker in my life actually kick the winning field goal when it really meant something at the very end. Even though I've had these great kickers and they've done a wonderful job over the years, I've been very spoiled. But this particular kick at 42 yards, with the game on the line, with Mike Giuliano, was just. It was just an amazing thing, and it was, it was great.
And he's such a nonchalant kid; he probably didn't even understand the magnitude of it. You know what I mean?
He is really low keyed. I mean, we kind of make fun of him because of it, but he is a wonderful boy, and he's got a great disposition for a kicker.
Now, I understand that was the first time you ever gave a game ball to a kicker. Does young Jim Cooper have a bone to pick with you?
Yeah, probably does. But I don't remember. I don't remember giving a game ball out to a kicker before, and so my wife's probably right. But he certainly deserved it. What a clutch kid.
Ty, I know you were pretty emotional before the game, trying to choke back a few tears there and get mentally focused for the game. What was that like for you? The final 2-3 minutes before the game, you're standing on the sideline. You just want to go out there and hit somebody so you feel something different than everything that's welling up inside you.
Yeah, I was just more shocked. I kind of walked out there. I had no idea anything was going on. I knew there were going to be some players on the field, but I had no idea they were going to have, give him a giant plaque like that. So once it kind of came around and the game came closer, I had to get myself back into game mode. But yeah, it was an all-around just one of the best days of my life.
Coach, I know we spoke briefly after the game, and you said, man, that was one of the most stressful games I ever coached. Take us through the ups and downs of that game. I mean, you guys take a 21-13 lead. EHT comes storming back. They go up 25-24. You get the ball back with less than 6 minutes to go. What's going through your mind there as a coach? You got to drive the length of the field to even have a shot to win this game.
It was really something. I thought it was going to be easy at first, and then I said, okay, I'll take this. And next thing you know, they kept coming back, and then I started saying, does it have to be this stressful? This game, and it was hot on the field. The sun was in our eyes. It was kind of uncomfortable in every way, And then at the very end of the game, after we won the game, I'm going, you know what? It was really worth it. To have a classic high school Thanksgiving game the way that we had, and the way it turned out was a storybook ending, and it was well worth it. I'll never forget my last game.
Now, our producer Cole Raring, his little brother's on your team, Dalton. Who's the better Raring?
Well, they played different positions. Cole was a offensive lineman for us.
Giving us the coach speak.
And
he's still at it. Come on, you're retired, Coach. You're retired.
And Dalton plays outside linebacker. He's still only a junior, so he's got a little ways to go.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he is a very good player, yes.
I've never seen Cole play, but I can't imagine he was better than Dalton.
Dalton's pretty good, and Cole was pretty good as well.
Man, it's so entrenched in you. The coach speak. You're retired. You can be honest with us here.
I know, but I have to live in this community. So.
That's true. Good stuff.